So today we are going to see how the staircase wiring is implemented physically. So these are the components that are required for establishing a staircase wiring connection. So you need a set of wires. Okay, I have taken five wires. I have taken. Okay, and we need two-way switches is required. So the difference between the one-way switch and two-way switch is that in case of one-way switch, and the back side will be having only two terminals, but in case of two-way switch, we will be having three terminals in the back side. So we need two-way switches are required for this particular connection, and then we need a bulb along with a holder so that we can keep the bulb inside the holder, and we'll see whether it will glow or not after giving the connection. Then you need a screwdriver, and a junction box is also required. So the other part of the junction box is connected to the wall socket. Okay, so so when you are buying the components from the store, you have to make sure that you are buying a two-way switch, because two-way switch is completely different from one-way switch. And one of the most important difference of one-way switch and two-way switch is that in case of two-way switch, we'll be having three terminals at the back side. Okay, this is the first terminal, the second terminal, and this third terminal, and this second terminal is going to be a common port terminal. So we'll just see how the connections has to be given. Okay, orally I will say how the connections is given, and after that we'll see this physically. The first terminal of the switch 1 will be connected to first terminal of the switch 2. The third terminal of the switch 1 will be connected to third terminal of the switch 2, and this middle terminal of the switch 1 will be connected to the phase line, will be connected directly to the phase line. And this one, the middle portion or middle terminal of the switch 2 will be connected to one terminal of the bulb, and the other terminal will be connected to the neutral line. Okay, so we will see how the connection has been carried out. So I'll just loosen all these screws. By using this screwdriver, you can loosen these screws. And I also, as I already told you, the first terminal of the switch 1 will be connected to first terminal of the switch 2. So you can see how the switch is been arranged. So this is the switches, these are the two switches. So this can be, okay, so the first terminal of the switch 1, we can just um, rotate this and make it as a thread like structure. So we can just keep this inside this hole. You can see there's a hole inside this terminals. So when you loosen this screw, you can keep this wire inside the terminal. Okay, so make sure that it is properly been inserted and it is not touching the other terminals. Now you can just screw it. You can just tighten it. Okay, so the first terminal of the switch 1 is connected to first terminal of the switch 2. So I have to connect it over here. So I'm just tightening it. So this is the way in which you can tighten this. Okay, so the first terminal of the switch 1 is connected to first terminal of switch 2, and now the third terminal of the switch 1, third terminal of switch 1 will be connected to third terminal of switch 2. So this, in this way you will be able to connect the switch A. Third terminal is connected. We can just tighten it. Once it is fixed, you can just leave it. And the third terminal is connected to third terminal of the switch 2. So you can just tighten the screw here also. we can tighten the screw here also. And the second terminal, of the switch 1, second terminal of switch 1 will be connected to the line. That means it is connected directly to the phase. Okay, so that will be connected over here, and which will be given to the phase of the junction box. Okay, it will be given to the junction box. So this end will be going to the junction box. Now I have to give connection over here. The common port of the switch 2, you can just loosen the screw, and now you can just place it over here and you can tighten it. You can tighten it using your fingers, or you can tighten it using the screwdriver. So this portion you have to take it and you have to give to one terminal of your bulb holder. So the bulb is having two terminals, so you can give to any one terminal of the bulb. Okay, you can just loosen it, you can insert the wire, and after that you can tighten it. So it is tightened, and the other, you can see there is one more terminal on the bulb holder, so that that particular terminal has to be connected to the neutral line of the supply. So I'm just inserting the wire, and make sure that when you are inserting the wires, it will not touch the other terminals, because if it is touching, then short circuit may happen and it may burst the system. So make sure that it is not touching the other terminals. So this is how it is connected. Now you can put the bulb over here. You can see this a holder, and you can buy any one bulb. It is a 0-volt bulb of white color. So I can just place it inside this, and you can tighten it, and it will be getting fixed. So it is getting fixed. So I have two terminals. So you can see that the connection is being carried out in such a way that the first terminal of switch 1 is connected to first terminal of switch 2. The third terminal of switch 1 is connected to third terminal of switch 2, and the middle portion of the switch 1 is connected to the line. That means the phase supply, and the second terminal of the switch 2 is connected to one terminal of your bulb, and the other portion of the bulb is going to be connected to the neutral line. Okay, so in the junction box, you can see, you can connect it as this is going to be your neutral, and this is going to be your phase. So you can just keep the phase in the right portion of your junction box, and this neutral you can give it in the left side of your junction box. Now you can see this is a two-way switch, this is also a two-way switch. So I'll just switch on the supply. So you can see that the bulb is glowing. So this is the bottom portion of the staircase. So okay, this is the bottom portion of the staircase. I just kept the bulb off. So this is the bottom portion of the staircase. Now you switch on the bulb, and you went to the top of the staircase, and you reach the top, and then by using the switch 2, you will be able to switch it off. So you can see that the bulb is not glowing now, it is switched off. Now when you are moving from the top to the bottom of the staircase, you can keep the switch on and the bulb will go. Now you come down to the staircase, and now you reach the bottom of the staircase, and here if you keep the switch off, you can see the bulb is not glowing. So in this way, by using a two-way switch, we will be able to make the life more easier rather than moving from top to bottom for switching it on and switching it off. So when you start walking on the staircase from the from the bottom, you can put the light on, and after reaching the top of the staircase you can keep it off by using the second switch which is available at the upstairs of the staircase. There is no need to go back to the downstairs to switch off the light. You can switch it on when you start walking on the staircase from the downstairs, and on reaching the upstairs you can switch it off by using the second light. So this is one of the most important advantage of two-way switches, so that we don't have to walk unnecessarily from top to bottom or bottom to top. On reaching the top you can access a bulb. You can make it on or we can make it off by using the two-way switches.
I hope you all enjoyed watching this video. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe this channel. This is Namesh Classroom. Thank you. Thanks a lot.